It's gone out. Listen to the noise. The ovation in the very place where she made her breakthrough last season. Alex Eala takes another step to recreating her heroics from 12 months ago. The Filipino superstar is again into the round of 16 in Miami, disposing of Magdalena in straight sets, 6-3.
This script has 5 paragraphs. Output exactly 5 paragraphs. Keep each paragraph as one continuous block, do not split. Output only the script.
The first set to Alex Eala, grandstand explodes as those loud Filipino fans.
7-6. A Filipino player just eliminated the same opponent who shocked the tennis world by taking down Iga Swiatek at the Miami Open. Alex Eala has advanced to the 4th round, and the attention is finally catching up to her accomplishments. The conversation has shifted from whether she deserves to be here to just how deep this run could actually go. What's your take on how far Alex Eala pushes through the Miami Open this time around? Share your thoughts in the comments section right now. Let's break down what unfolded in South Florida. Iga Swiatek, 6-time major champion, defending Wimbledon title holder, one of the most accomplished competitors of this era, entered Miami as the number 2 seed. She exited in round 2, defeated by Magda Linette, her fellow Polish player ranked 50th globally, with a final line of 1-6, 7-5, 6-3. That result stands as one of the most shocking early tournament eliminations this season, and that's the exact opponent Alex Eala just defeated to advance to the round of 16. Take a moment to process that reality. Celebrate with everything you've got. A 20-year-old from the Philippines, currently ranked 29th globally, just dominated the identical opponent who eliminated Swiatek from this tournament. And this wasn't just a victory. She rallied from dropping the opening set, battled through a tiebreaker in the second, and sealed it 6-3, 7-6, displaying composure and precision exactly when required. Yet somehow the surprise from observers continues. Here's what people who only watch casually continue to overlook about Alex Eala. This isn't some fortunate stretch. This isn't a fairy tale narrative constructed around 7 good days. This is an athlete who has been steadily constructing one of the most reliable seasons on the tour circuit. And Miami simply represents the newest evidence that she has earned her position at this level. 12 months ago at this point, her world ranking stood at 140. Right now she sits at number 29. That's not fortune. That's not favorable draws. That's an athlete who is committed to improvement, developed her skills, and delivered wins at every competitive tier she's encountered. Now let's dive into the specifics of the Linette match, because it warrants more than surface-level coverage. The opening set was sharp. Eala emerged focused, struck quality ground strokes from both wings, produced return winners against Linette's weaker second delivery, secured the early break, and moved ahead 5-3. It appeared controlled. It resembled a competitor fully executing her tactical approach.
Yeah, looks a little bit more confident now to me, a little bit more composed.
Yes, once again.
So clever again. Really nice touch. That's one to watch again. The second set brought the real drama. Eala broke serve right away and jumped ahead 2-0. Linette answered back, pulling even to 2-1. Eala stayed inventive, incorporating drop shots, hitting sharp angles, forcing Linette to stay uncertain at the net. Pushing forward to 3-1, appearing in command once more, then Linette demonstrated exactly what Linette demonstrated against Swiatek. She battled back, she stayed resilient, she equalized at 3-all, pushed forward to 4-3, then 5-4. Eala held for 5-all, Linette held for 6-5. Eala held at love 6-all tiebreaker. This represents the defining moment that distinguishes competitors. The tiebreaker following a marathon set, when fatigue sets in, the audience gets loud, and a single careless point can shift the entire story. Eala captured it 7-2, not narrow, not fortunate, commanding precisely when the stakes peaked. Following the contest, she offered something straightforward that actually reveals significant insight. She mentioned she simply instructed herself to stay courageous, attack her opportunities. She couldn't dictate how Linette competed, so she concentrated on what remained in her power, and it delivered results. That's not an inexperienced competitor still learning. That's a 20-year-old who has already internalized one of the toughest truths in elite athletics. Your control extends only to your own actions. Now let's revisit one round earlier because the Siegemund match warrants its own attention. Laura Siegemund brings veteran experience, battle-tested resilience, exactly the type of competitor who understands how to transform a match into something difficult and uncomfortable. Eala held 4 opportunities to close the opening set and couldn't finish it. Siegemund captured the tiebreak 8-6. Many competitors collapse in that situation, particularly younger ones. Particularly in a tournament where expectations run high and spectators watch closely. Eala refused to collapse. She regathered herself, claimed the second set 6-3, then captured the third 6-3 through 3 hours and 20 minutes of tennis. She maintained composure beginning to end despite dropping that opening set. Her comments following that contest proved revealing. She stated that even after losing the first set, she felt satisfied with her play. She remained competitive. The preparation had been completed before the tournament began. Not everything hung in the balance, but she maintained her competitive drive. That blend, trust in the preparation while maintaining fierce competitiveness, is precisely what the elite competitors in this sport carry within themselves. And she possesses this at 20 years old. Tennis Channel commentator Prakash Amritraj offered something worth highlighting about Eala. He stated it transcends your origin. It concerns character, concerns how audiences connect with you, and he noted that everyone connects with Alex because she handles herself exceptionally well for someone with that level of attention at her age. He also recalled that when he spoke with her last year at Miami, she discussed the importance of her family and faith, and it immediately resonated with him, because those principles carry different weight in a sport that proves ruthlessly isolated and solitary at the highest level. The audience reaction she's received at Miami warrants discussion as well. Supporters traveling from New York specifically to watch her compete. Filipino fans gathering for autographs following practice sessions. A supporter bringing a stuffed penguin for her signature and then singing to her. That's not typical tournament atmosphere. That represents something entirely different. She recognized it following the Siegemund victory. Mentioned Filipinos seemed to be everywhere. Said she felt genuinely shocked at the Australian Open when she viewed the footage of the crowds gathering outside her court. She competed in qualifying, yet still the audience appeared like she headlined the event. That type of support doesn't materialize simply because someone excels at tennis. It emerges because audiences genuinely relate to your character, and Eala possesses that connection in ways that very few competitors at her development stage have successfully cultivated. Now her upcoming match features Karolina Muchova, 13th seed, presently ranked 14th worldwide. 14 wins against 3 losses in 2025, a competitor who reached the French Open final in 2023 and ranks among the more imaginative shot makers competing today. This marks their inaugural WTA encounter. Eala expressed excitement, stated that watching Muchova in that final several years back genuinely left an impression on her. And that being positioned to compete against her represents both a genuine honor and a genuine challenge. That's the proper approach, neither overconfident nor fearful, simply realistic about the difficulty ahead and prepared to battle. Here's what makes this matchup compelling. Muchova delivers unconventional tennis, surprising angles, imaginative net play, the style of game that can thoroughly disrupt a competitor who depends excessively on rhythm and predictable patterns. If Eala attempts to simply grind baseline exchanges and wait for mistakes, Muchova will create discomfort. But if Eala competes the way she performed against Lynette, aggressive on returns, integrating the drop shot, attacking her opportunities at crucial moments instead of playing conservatively, this becomes a match she absolutely possesses the ability to win. She has already demonstrated this year that she handles pressure. She has demonstrated she can recover from dropping a set. She has demonstrated she can finish a tiebreaker when the match hangs in balance. Everything required for this upcoming round, she has already displayed in Miami throughout this past week. What this run also confirms is the extent of her development beyond pure tennis technique. She offered something in her post-match media session that captured it perfectly. That she has grown substantially over the past year. That she has faced high-pressure situations and feels thankful for each one. That the journey, including the defeats, constitutes part of the process. 12 months back, her ranking stood at 140. She sits at 29 now and climbing. She has reached the 4th round of a WTA 1000 level event, one of the largest and most competitive tournaments on the schedule. And she arrived there by defeating a competitor who just eliminated one of the world's best. Nobody is handing her anything. She is deserving every single advancement. The Rafael Nadal story deserves mention here because it illustrates precisely the type of run she experienced last year in Miami. Her phone exploded with notifications, and she left a message from Nadal unopened for 4 days. She stated she nearly panicked when she discovered it and had to send an apology for the delay. That type of situation doesn't occur unless you're generating serious momentum at a premier tournament. That occurred last year. This year she returned stronger, ranked higher, and has already advanced deeper than most predictions suggested. Peggy Gou appeared in her player box during the Siegemund match after Eala acknowledged her on social media. Eala stands at 20 years old, competing in fourth-round action at Miami, and has international DJs supporting her courtside. Whatever formula she has discovered right now is succeeding on every dimension. The broader significance here concerns what this run represents beyond a single tournament. Women's professional tennis from Southeast Asia hasn't experienced a moment like this in considerable time. Eala isn't merely winning matches, she is generating attention to the sport from regions that haven't traditionally followed WTA tennis intensely. She is filling venues, she is creating buzz, she is making people who had never viewed a WTA match genuinely invested in the outcome. That carries significance for the sport. That carries significance for the athletes who will follow her path. And it's all constructed on authentic performance, not manufactured publicity. If she defeats Muchova, she advances to the Miami Open quarterfinals. That wouldn't register as a surprise at this point. That would simply represent the following step in a progression that has been developing steadily all year, while the broader world was only beginning to notice. She expressed it herself. It's step by step, it's sustainable. She feels satisfied reviewing the work she invested and witnessing it translate on the court. Courageous, patient, aggressive, composed against a competitor who defeated Swiatek, that proved sufficient to win. Against Muchova, it might prove sufficient to advance even deeper. Alex Eala just defeated the player who eliminated Swiatek, and her tournament continues. Fourth round at the Miami Open, and the Muchova Challenge arrives next. If you want to track this run as it develops, subscribe so you won't miss the following update, and share your prediction in the comments. How deep does she advance?